Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Juice Baseball channel. And welcome back to another episode of the Chicago Cubs Legends Fantasy Draft Series here on MLB The Show 25. Today, we have the most important episode of any series. That is the trade deadline, the All-Star break, and the draft. All in today's video. So if you're going to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe channel, join the Juice Club. And let's continue with this because the Cubs have been on fire. As you can see right here, Steven Strasburg has been the main reason why the Cubs have been on fire. We are 48-21, 6.5 games up on the Reds. We did have a little bit of a shaky month of April at the end here. We were losing some games we probably shouldn't have lost, to be fair. But then when we got to the month of May, we really won games. Like, we only lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times in the whole month. 8? I think I missed this one. 8 times in the whole month. That's crazy. Especially when you have 1, 2, 3, 4 buys, 4 off days. The rest are games, and you only lose 8 times in a single month. That's a crazy thing to have. And we haven't even lost in the month of June yet when we stopped simulating. So we are kind of on fire. We are first in everything except for defense and speed. And I don't really even know if there is a right move to make when it comes to the trade deadline. Do we just ride it out with the team that we have? Obviously, Jacob Mizorowski is not playing very well. He's too low of an overall. He's too young. He's not pitching very well. But we can look past that because we know the reason why. But the rest of this team, man, the rest of this team is just playing well. I mean, look at this 3-4-5. We have Barry Bonds hitting 22 home runs and hitting over 320. Sammy Sosa's got 20 home runs and 55 RBIs. Ryan Howard's got 16 home runs, 51 RBIs, 257 average. Bryce Harper's hitting over 300 with 17 bombs. I mean, this lineup is out of control right now, which is exactly by design. That's the whole point of why we got the guys that we got in the first place. But if we come over here to the budget, we know that what happened in the last offseason, this past offseason, where we were pinching pennies, getting rid of people that we had to get rid of because we just needed to clear up money. We do walk away this regular season with $35 million in free money, which equals probably one max contract. So, or maybe not a max contract, but one big contract to a good player. But if we were able to flip maybe Roy Oswalt, because to be fair, Roy Oswalt has not really lived up. Even though he's got a good win-loss record, he's got a good amount of strikeouts so far. His ERA is a little high, his WHIP's a little high. He might be winning games, but he's not necessarily pitching well in those wins. A-Rod obviously is hurt. We knew that from the last episode. He got the fractured arm. He's going to be out for the rest of the season almost until we get to like September, and then possibly, obviously, he'll be back for October in the playoffs. But for right now, he's going to miss a good chunk of the season. Strasburg's been pitching lights out. He's probably leading Cy Young candidacy. I didn't even look, but he probably is. Barry Bonds leading the MVP voting, and Strasburg is leading the Cy Young voting along with Tim Lincecum right there with him. So I don't even know. Is there a right move to make at the deadline? I don't even know. There are a few players on the trade block that are intriguing, but nobody that makes me want to go, yeah, I need to trade for that guy, except for maybe Roman Anthony, but we're not going to trade for Roman Anthony. This team is well put together. Like I said, the only thing that could be moved is probably Roy Oswalt, because he hasn't really delivered on what I brought him in to do, which was have a really good ERA and pitch really well. Now, like I said, he's winning games, but he's not pitching well in those wins. So it's a little bit of a double-edged sword. But if we go and look at a possible trade for a new player, obviously I don't want to trade for anybody too expensive, and we probably wouldn't be able to trade for anybody that expensive because they're going to be valued a little bit too highly. But a Max Fried type could be interesting, but he's not pitching that much better than Roy Oswalt anyway, and they don't have the budget to do that trade. What about Don Sutton? He's pitching around the same. Everybody seems to be pitching around the same. So maybe I'm the wrong one. Maybe I'm the one who is thinking and making a bad decision trading Roy Oswalt. Except for Cliff Lee. He's got a little bit of a better ERA and whip. Cliff Lee could be something. that actually is a decent trade. I wouldn't mind it necessarily. There's Roger Clemens again. And he's pitching amazingly. Because of course he does. Of course we trade him away and he pitches absolutely amazingly. But the only reason we trade him away because I couldn't stand him in the postseason. A guy like Mackenzie Gore's getting rocked. Roy Halladay's too expensive, but he's got a high ERA. Yeah, I don't know what the move is. Maybe there is no move. Maybe that's the move, that there is no move at the deadline. I don't know. We'll have to get there first. We got to get through the rest of June here. Let's start simulating. And again, we win a game. It wasn't Strasburg who got the win, but we do win another game. We are absolutely rolling. We've got some players that are at 85%, some guys at 25%. Okay, let's change this guy because we don't need to necessarily scout him anymore. We've been scouting a lot of closing pitchers. At least that was my plan, was to scout a lot of closing pitchers because those guys are usually going to have the best return on investment. And we keep moving. We've got a jump-in moment. Paul Skeens. Yeah, I'll jump in with Paul Skeens. I haven't jumped in with Paul Skeens in a while, maybe ever. So let's go do that. Jumping in with Paul Skeens, 1 out in the bottom of the 8th, runners on the corners. A double play would be really beautiful. The only thing we can't really afford is a sac fly RBI. That would be a little devastating. So we got to pitch around Andrew Jones and make sure that he doesn't get that, but maybe the slider will strike him out. The slider will strike him out. Paul Skeens delivers, and now we don't have to worry about anybody on base. All we have to do is focus on the batter. That's the 11th strikeout of the day for Mr. Skeens. And it's Joseph Ortiz, a former Chicago Cub, actually. That's going to be a bunt. That was a perfectly executed bunt. It's going to be a bunt RBI. Wow. Joseph Ortiz just delivered a macaful? That's not even a word. An immaculate bunt. They stole and bunted to get the runner home. And we weren't ready for it, obviously. That's crazy. So Paul Skeens will not get the win, at least not right now. I mean, there's not really much else I could do about that. That's kind of crazy that they chose to do that. That was a really good squeeze sacrifice bunt. We do have the lead 2-1. Craig Biggio hits an RBI single, and Andy Pettitte comes on with 1 out in the bottom of the 10th. Come on, Andy. We can't have a double play, but a strikeout would still be really good. Ozzie Albies hitting 203 with runners in scoring position. That's going to advance the runner to third. Biggio fumbles. Throws him out at first, though. And again, that runner on third does not matter. As long as they don't try to squeeze the bunt again, we'll be good. 0-1 count. Here comes the sinker. He fouls it off. That's a good sign. He's willing to chase low. We'll give the curveball, see if he goes down in the dirt again for it. He does! And Andy Pettitte will shut the door on the Brew Crew as the Cubbies stay undefeated in the month of June. The boys are rolling here. And Skeens ends up getting the win because he was in for when we took the lead in the 10th. So that's good to see. Good for Paul Skeens. Good for Paul Skeens. But the boys are rolling here. Oswald has a bruised arm. And we finally suffer our first loss of the year. And our second loss, not first loss of the year, our second, we got swept. The Twins are just as good as us. They have the exact same record, and they sweep us. And now we go on a losing streak. Okay, we lost 4 in a row. The Reds are still pretty far behind, but losing 4 in a row is a little sketchy. Not a big fan of that. We win against the A's, against the A's again. We got a 3-2 count against the Cardinals, and we win that game. Andrew Miller's in a tough spot. The Cardinals come back and win that one. All right, we're a little bit shaky here at the end of June. We were on an unbelievable heater at the beginning. But now we're a little shaken. We are shaken, not stirred. Can we get some big wins here in the end of the month? We do beat the Nationals twice. We've got 100% on Lawrence Montez. He looks like a fine player, but he's, again, a closing pitcher. It looks like we've gone a little bit into relief pitchers as well. That's probably a good idea to go into these type of guys. We'll scout them and see what happens. We do sweep the Nationals, which is huge, but now we play the Reds, who are the closest team to us, and we take 2 of 3 against them. So we keep them at bay. Actually, they're not anymore. The Cardinals have passed them. They're 11.5 games back now. And did we win that game? What happened? Oh, we lost the game. We changed it to our City Connects. I wasn't familiar with the red yet. K-Rod, bottom 9, nobody out. Yeah, I'll jump in for a K-Rod outing. Here we go. We got a steal situation. Is he actually going to go? 79 speed, 50 steal. That's not fantastic. K-Rod's third in the leaders for saves, the league leader for saves. Ubaldo Jimenez is going nuclear in saves, which is just hilarious because we got rid of Ubaldo this past offseason. So we know two for sure of the pitchers that we got rid of in the offseason are going absolutely nuclear on their new teams. And one of those new guys is Roger Clemens, who plays for this Astro squad that we are trying to beat right here in the bottom of the ninth. We really need a double play ball. Eddie Murray, I know you want to hit one. He swings and misses. That's going to advance the runner to second, unfortunately, because we lost the ball there. That's a little unfortunate. So it's no double play opportunity. The Pizza Man steps up. 1-0 count. Here comes the K-Rod two-seamer, and that's as perfect of a pitch as you could have had. Mike Piazza will pop that into foul territory. The catcher will go get it, Joe Torre. And that's about as perfect of an at-bat with one out you could have had, and we got it. And now we take on the Iron Man, Cal Ripken Jr., trying to keep the Astros win. I did not think that I put that ball in a bad spot, if I'm being honest. Okay, oops. That changeup, I didn't think I left hanging, but I guess I did. Cal, he made me pay. And Cal's not even a home run hitter. So obviously I made a bad mistake there. Whoops is all I guess you can say about that. Let's see, what else we got? We got the number one closer in the draft. He opted out of the injury stuff. We can take this guy. He's not as good as I was hoping for. We can take him out. We can scout some more closing pitchers. That's basically what I'm going to use these final scouting things on, is just scouting some closers. We got swept by the Astros. We finally pick up 2 wins against the White Sox, but I mean, what is going on here? We are losing game after game after game. It's kind of scary, actually. Strasburg just continues to absolutely be a menace to society. He's absolutely dominating. We've scored 4 in the 9th. Craig Biggio has a chance to give us the win, but there's 2 outs. It's dangerous. Can we do it? Probably not, but I'm going to jump in anyway. Here comes Craig, the third leg Biggio. Can he walk us off? Not walk us off. Can he get us the lead in the top of the 9th? I thought maybe I could send one late into right field territory there. It is downpour here in Cleveland. We are by the lake, so it makes sense. That one is going to not get past the first baseman. Can Biggio beat the throw? He can't. And the Guardians win. Man, I'm not having good luck when it comes to jumping in, am I? Torrey hit a home run, but nothing else. We lose that game. Maybe we would have been better off if I wouldn't have jumped in. I don't know. We probably would have had the same result. Probably would have been a loss. Skeens is back healthy, and it is time for the draft. Beautiful. So we pick at number 29, because we played in the World Series. So if we go to the scouted players, the best player we have is this guy, Alexi Gomez. At least he's the highest rated. I don't know if he's necessarily the best. This guy's obviously the best, but we're not going to be in position to get Pedro Francisco. I don't really know where we go. I have really no plan. I guess if Kenny Peterson's there, we'll take Kenny Peterson. I doubt he's going to be there. But I have really no idea of who we go and grab at any point in this draft, let alone the first round. So let's just add everybody to the draft queue, and we'll keep an eye on them as the rounds go by. But I have no idea whatsoever on who to draft. That's the kind of tough spot you get in when you get to this point in a franchise where you've won a World Series already and you're drafting at the end of the draft. It's a tough spot to be in because you're not ever going to get anybody that good unless you scout super well and get lucky. Orville Bryant, hey, that name fits in for this type of series. Orville Bryant, number 3 prospect in Major League Baseball, gets taken number 1 overall by the Orioles. Good for you, I guess. The number 8 prospect, Austin Ozuna, left fielder, grabbed by the Royals at number 2. We didn't scout him at all. And the number 3 pick in the draft is Jess Pace, a third baseman, number 10 overall. So the number 1 player, number 2 player, number 3 player, or number 2 player don't go yet. It'd be crazy if they were still with us when we come up at 29. I doubt they will be. There goes the number 1 player. And here we go. So I see a lot of guys off our board already at 29. So let's see who's gone. So Pedro Francisco got taken at 5. Not a surprise. We lose Kenny Peterson. I figured he'd be gone as well. He goes to the Phillies at 8. We lose Alexi Gomez, who I don't know if I would have taken, but he does go to 13 to the Nationals. And then we lose out on nobody else. Oh, no, Tom Choi. Tom Choi got grabbed at 27. So we actually have a decent field of prospects still remaining for us. It's just a matter of who do we get. It's probably going to be Kenny Mayer now that I think about it. He seems to be an unbelievable potential as a reliever. And really that's all we have left because that's all that I scouted. I could take Ken Fuentes and risk the fact that Kenny Mayer's gone, but I'm just going to grab Kenny Mayer. What's the point in risking it? Kenny Mayer looks like an absolute monster, and we're going to grab him anyway. He could be hurt. He opted out of the doctor's exam, but I don't care. We're going to take that risk anyway. And now we come up in the second round, pick 68. Who do we grab? That is the question. It's probably going to be all pitchers, at least the guys that we have scouted. I'm not going to take that Michael Guthrie guy. He just doesn't look that good. I'm thinking I'm going to take Willie Villarreal. He looks like a decent player. So we are going to draft him at the second round. And everybody is off our board by the third round. So now we're just going to have to take random people and hope that they have a decent chance of being good. Raul Silva has no power in his bat at all, but he's got speed. Who do we grab? Maybe Phil Young? Joel Mora? You know what? I think we're going to take Joel Mora because there's a better chance that these ratings are closer than they are for Phil Young. Because when you have that many ratings at potentially well above average, when you get scouted, there's a better chance that those ratings are close or accurate. Now, it's not guaranteed, but there's a better chance. So we're going to take Joel Mora in the third round. In the fourth round, we're going to grab ourselves this guy, Carlos Enriquez, because I saw him, and he looks like he could possibly be pretty good. He's not going to be, but he probably could be. So we're going to grab him. And then we go to the fifth round, excuse me. Oh, not even the fifth. We're in the sixth round. I am all over the place. We are in the sixth round. My bad. And I'm going to grab Brian Capello? Capiello? I don't know how to say that name. Do I ever know how to say a name? Probably not. And now the final round. Who is it going to be? All these guys are legitimate bums. But who is it going to be that we grab? This guy's got decent speed, fielding stuff. We're going to grab him. Clemente Alessio is going to be our guy. And that will be the draft for this season. And now we've got the All-Star game, which we do have a man in the Home Run Derby as we play at Astro Stadium, which is kind of cool. We've got Barry Bonds, so we might as well try to win the Home Run Derby with Barry Bonds. Am I going to do it? Probably not, but I might as well try.
Welcome to the Home Run Derby. 8 hitters will battle, only 4 will advance. In the first 2 rounds, the contestants will be given 3 minutes to hit as many home runs as possible, but the championship round only lasts 2 minutes. If a contestant hits a home run over 425 feet during bonus time, they will earn. And let's get right to it.
All right, here we go. Simming to our next batter. So Hank Aaron has 12, Eddie Murray has 20, and we're hitting third. I'd rather be hitting later in the lineup or later in the field so that we know kind of what we need to hit to be safe. But we're hitting third. I guess we know we have to hit something in the high teens. preferably close to 20 to be safe, but it's not looking that good right now as we are wasting a lot of time with some of these fly balls. Come on, Barry, what are we doing here? All right, I've hit one, and we've wasted about a minute of time. Come on, Barry. I'm only... Oh, we even swing and miss. Oh, this is scuffed. We were never supposed to win this. I mean, what am I? I'm not even power... I don't need the power swing. I didn't think I did. It wastes too much energy. There we go. Finally got a round on one. My God. I didn't think it was going to be that tough for Barry Bonds to hit home runs. I mean, he's legitimately Barry Bonds. I thought he'd be smoking them guaranteed, but he is hitting a bunch of line... I mean, these are all good in-game hits for the most part. But we're not in an actual game. We're trying to win a home run derby here. We've got 4. We are embarrassing everybody. We're embarrassing the Chicago Cubs. Now, obviously, you're not going to go in the doghouse, in my book, for embarrassing us at the home run derby. That's not doghouse worthy, but it's a little embarrassing. We've got 30 seconds, and we've hit 7 home runs in 2.5 minutes of time. That's kind of embarrassing. If we could at least get past 12, I guess that'd be... That didn't go over? I know it was a line drive. I thought that'd get over. Come on, Barry, please. Do not embarrass me like this. That's a huge one. That's 453. We've earned that extra bonus out, which is always nice. We've gotten to 11. Get out. I don't think that's going to get out. That's going to fall short, isn't it? Yep, that's 1 out. I shouldn't even have swung at that one. You know what it is? It's this thrower. He's not giving me anything worth hitting. That's what it is. Is that going to get out? That looks like it could get out, and it does. 430. That one's not. I think that's too high. Nope, that barely got out. 391. Nope, that one's not out, and we are down to our final out in the derby, and that might be it right there. We hit 14. Not ideal. I would have preferred to hit more, obviously. We'll see where the rest of the people go. We've got 17 for Mickey Mantle, so already we're in danger. Now we've got Rafael Devers. He hits 13. That's good. We're ahead of him. Soriano hits 12. We're ahead of that as well. Here comes Pete Rose. He hits 16. Ugh. So the top 4 advance. So the top 4 right now is Eddie Murray, Mickey Mantle, Pete Rose, and us. So we are on the bubble. If George Brett hits more than 14, we are bumped from the derby, and he only hit 9. We move on. How did we survive that? That's actually crazy. Only 9 from George Brett? Come on, man. Now talk about embarrassing. I'm not quite sure how we survived with only hitting 14 home runs, but we get a second chance at life. We have to go up against the best hitter from that first round, which was Eddie Murray. And we're actually starting off a little bit better than we did last time, so maybe Barry just needed to find his swing. I forgot this place isn't called Minute Maid anymore. It's called Daikin Park? That's stupid. I'm still going to call it Minute Maid. This is now what I'm talking about. Barry Bonds, he's found his swing a little bit. He's gotten warm. We're actually starting to hit some nukes. This is what we were waiting for in the first round. Although that's center field. Barry wants to hit these balls into center field, and it's just a little too deep out there in center field. I don't think we can hit it over there. Oh, that just curled inside the pole there. I thought it was going to be a foul ball for sure. All right, we are setting a pretty good pace. That was a good pitch and a good hit. 446. That one also felt perfect off the bat. That's 469. Nice. That one should carry as well. It does. 391. That's crazy that far back in the stands is 391, but also that close to the stands on the other side, the fence close to center field, is also 391. That seems a little crazy. Oh, that should get out. That should get out. Nope. And we have reached the final few outs. If we can just hit 425, we'll get that extra bonus out. That's 404. We're getting close. But this is a really good pace to set. I'm really liking that Barry Bonds finally showed up when he needed to. 424. That was close. I mean, we needed 425. We got 424. Is that going to get out? No, that falls short. That's the first out. Come on, get over the wall. Nope, that's a second out. Barry might be starting to fall off a cliff. And he's out. But we get 19 home runs, which is pretty sick. Did we move on? I have no idea. It's not going to tell me. I guess we'll have to go to next user batter to see if we're competing. We are competing against Pete Rose, who beat Mickey Mantle. All right, well, we have a chance to play for the championship. I did not think we'd be here, considering how we started this game or started this derby. But we are here, and I think he's done. I think we used all of our power, or most of our power at least, in that second round to get here in the first place. The power just doesn't feel like it's there anymore, although I'm going off on a little bit of a streak. But the consistency doesn't feel there anymore. That one might get over. That's 453. That's over the bush back there. The bush. We obviously don't have that much time left, because obviously the times get shorter. Only 5 home runs, though. Do we think that Pete Rose can hit more than 5? We'll call our timeout now. Try to give us a little bit of a breather. I'm kind of excited for the All-Star game this year in real life, because they're going to be wearing their team uniforms. I know that they're making they're making them wear stupid All-Star game uniforms for like the pregame stuff. But when the actual game comes around, they will be wearing the team uniforms, which is pretty sick. I don't know why they ever left that. Well, I know why, because they wanted money. MLB knew that they could market and sell more jerseys when they're All-Star game jerseys instead of just selling home team jerseys, so they chose to do that. But they suck. So we're getting back to it, and Barry Bonds, speaking of getting back to it, he is cooking some of these baseballs. We might have built up such a good lead that maybe Pete Rose can't do it. I don't know. We'll find out. That's 457. That one I think is not out. Nope, that's not out. We have one more out possibly. Come on, Barry. Don't let me down. 393 just over the fence. That one's not out. So 15 home runs. 15 home runs is the longest we were able to, or the most we were able to get. Pete Rose, will he be able to pass 15 and win the home run derby, or did Barry Bonds do enough? We will find out. He's only got one, and he's already about to be under 30, or use 30 seconds of his time. That one was hit well, and it was over the wall. The fact that Pete Rose is in the finals of the home run derby is a little crazy, but whatever. Come on, run out of time. Just run out of time. He's only at 4 with 50 seconds remaining. 2 minutes to hit 15 home runs is not really that much time. But he's at 5. 25 seconds left. Come on. Do not go on a hot streak. I don't think he's hit one over 425 yet, has he? He might have. At least he hasn't yet. Oh, actually, I don't think it'll count until we get to this point. But now he did. That one's over 425, so he's got 3 outs remaining. 2 outs remaining. Come on, there's no way he goes on a hot streak. That's out. One final out. That's over the wall. Come on, do not hit a hot streak here. I think that's out, and it is! Pete Rose fumbles, and Barry Bonds is your home run derby champion. I did not think we'd get to that point, considering the way that we started in that opening round. It did not feel very good at all to be able to hit those home runs, but we did it. We survive. We thrive, and we survive. And we have a home run derby champion. Congratulations to Barry Bonds. And obviously we will jump in for the All-Star game. Paul Skeens is starting the All-Star game? Okay. Didn't really expect that, but that's pretty sick. I thought Strasburg would be starting it, but it looks like it's Skeens. We are not going to be doing it in this place. We are going to be doing it... Why do I always pick the wrong side? We're going to be doing it in an Astros ballpark because that's where the home run derby was. So let's find the Stros. Minute Maid. There we go. Quick counts are on. So who made the All-Star game? We got Skeens, who's starting the All-Star game. He's 10-3. Okay, so it makes sense he's the starter. He's having a killer season. But Strasburg's also here, having a killer season. Randy Johnson, Tim Lincecum, 3 starters? Oh my God, we are unbelievable. We've got 3 of our starters in the All-Star game. What about bullpen? All right, nobody from the bullpen, but hey, I can't complain too much. We got 3 starters in the bullpen. That's pretty sick. Then we go to the lineup. We got Barry Bonds, obviously, but nobody else in the lineup. What about bench? No? Okay, that's fine. Curtis Granderson, though. That is fine. We've only got 1 batter, and that's Barry Bonds, but we've got ourselves 3 starting pitchers, which is pretty sick. Let's go and show out in the All-Star game for the Cubbies.
It's the National League All-Stars taking on the American League All-Stars. Gotta love the All-Star festivities. Always a great show. We'll be back to get this thing started after this. With my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Sciambi. Singy, always special when we get together to call the All-Star game.
Well, we've done a lot of these together, and sometimes you come in and think, ho-hum, another year. But once you look and you see these All-Star players, their uniforms on, them interacting with one another, you realize just how special it is. It's going to be a great one tonight.
First pitch coming your way next. So, almost ready to get underway. And now here's the starter for the American League, Roger Clemens.
Just electric stuff, Boog, and that fastball is no joke.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you're not familiar with how we do the All-Star game in this series, or in any of my series, we go to Quick Manage, and we only play when our guys are represented. So let's skip through Tony Gwynn and Buck O'Neil, and now Barry Bonds is up. So we'll jump back in, and we will try to take down Raj, former Chicago Cub, Roger Clemens, who got sent to the Shadow Realm, even though he's having an all-star caliber season, and he's probably going to win the American League Cy Young. But he didn't play well for me in the postseason. He's one of the reasons why we lost the World Series, if I'm being totally honest with you. Him and Curt Schilling. But Barry Bonds, drop. It goes into the glove. It dropped right into the glove of the left fielder. And here comes Mr. Livy Dunn. Paul Skeens will step on the mound to start the All-Star game. It's actually insane that he's here. And I love it. We are going to try to beat the American League like they've never seen it before. That ball from Ricky Henderson gets sent into deep right field. More like right center field, and Tony Gwynn makes the play. It's Jackie time. Jackie, he's hitting .318. He's having a great year. Obviously, he's in the All-Star game. It would make sense. And here comes the slider. A lot of pretzels back there behind home plate. Must be a hot commodity here in Astro territory in Houston. A lot of fans are eating the pretzel. Maybe it's a special pretzel for the All-Star game. We got a steal situation with Jackie on base, and I thought that Hank Aaron just murdered my face. But he stares at a pitch that is called strike 3. Sorry, Hammer and Hank. You're going down. And now it's the runner-up in the home run derby, Pete Rose, but Buck O'Neil steps on first base, and Paul Skeens has a great debut in the All-Star game. Well, maybe not debut, but he has a great showing. Josh Hamilton, he walks. Jose Canseco, fielder's choice. Gunnar Henderson, strikeout. Joe Morgan, ground out. And we are back to pitching. It's the pizza man, Mike Piazza. He stares at a fastball, 1-2. We're going to try with a slider. It worked on Hank Aaron. Why wouldn't it work on Piazza? Ooh, it kind of did. We threw it inside and he almost missed it, but he got enough of it to send it to foul territory. Here comes the sinker. I hardly know her. But he fouls that off as well. Okay, you know what? We're climbing the ladder. We're giving him the stinky cheese. He's not going to be able to handle it. He stares at it, ball 2. Okay, you know what? That's great discipline. I commend you for your discipline, Piazza. He fouls off the sweeper. All right, now we're just getting a little crazy here. What are we doing? What are we doing? You need to just strike out. He fouls that off as well. Okay, Piazza. We're in the All-Star game. This isn't Game 7 of the World Series. You don't need to be fighting in the at-bat. Just miss a pitch and strike out. It's that simple. Thank you. That's what I'm talking. You should have done that 17 pitches earlier. But whatever. It works. Nonetheless. And Mr. Skeens delivers the strikeout pitch. And now it's Frank the Tank Thomas, the big hurt, stares at a fastball, and we will try to strike him out. He sends that to down the left field side. It is foul. We'll try the sweeper, little sweepy boy. And he doesn't chase. Good take. The discipline is immaculate from Frank Thomas. Here comes the sinker. He fouls that off. I think that hit the inner thigh of our catcher. Here comes another sweeper. He grounds that to third base. George Brett dives, fields it, on to first. Thankfully, Frank Thomas moves like a slug, and he goes down to a ground out. And it's Mickey Mantis. Mickey Mantis. He's got a 3-2. Will he walk? Will he strike out? Will he hit? There's only 3 options. He will walk. Man, these guys are taking things like crazy out here. I'm not a fan. Fastball, Eddie Murray. Can't do anything with that. We'll go sinker. Strike 3? No, he fouls that off because of course he does. And you know what? I'm giving him the high heat. I'm giving him that stanky cheese. He doesn't swing at it. What are we doing here? This is out of control. Paul Skeens is throwing a million pitches. Trey Turner's on deck. That's a grounder. Foul. Please. Strikeout. How did he even hit that? I thought it was going to be a walk. The runner goes again. Morgan will field at second. On to 1. Barely. Took a little bit too much time there, Joe Morgan. And we get him out. They bring in Cliff Lee for their new pitcher here in the third. We got George Brett. He grounds out. Bench strikes out, pop up, and unfortunately for us, Paul Skeens' day is done. We will bring in Tyler Glass now. He walks Trey Turner. Caught stealing, though. That's huge. And a strikeout. Okay. Buck O'Neil. Ooh, Felix Fernandez. King Felix comes in. And Barry Bonds will get a second chance to hit. He flew out to left field his last time up. What can he do here? What can he do for a Klondike bar? It's grounder to second. Jackie Robb makes the play, and Barry Bonds is down again. We have done nothing. This game is pretty boring. We're going to bring in the big dog, Steven Strasburg. He is undefeated this regular season. He's probably going to win the Cy Young, unless Paul Skeens takes it from him, I guess. I didn't really consider that an option until Paul Skeens started the All-Star game. Hank Aaron will stare at a fastball. That's a strikeout. Strasburg's killing it. Pete Rose is up next. He fouls off a fastball. It's a 1-2 count. Let me try to get a little cut action in here. That's called strike 3, Pete. Should have gambled on that one. He goes down on a strike. And now it's the Pizza Man. He fouls off the fastball. Let me give a little slurve action. How many people throw a slurve? All right, that's probably why. That one goes wild outside the plate. Wouldn't it be funny if he called that a strike? But that's a strike anyway. Steven Strasburg comes in and strikes at the side in order. Are we looking at the Cy Young winner right here? He's absolutely immaculate. They bring in a new pitcher. It is Garrett Crochet. And we will try to get some runs. Canseco with a hit. Henderson, strikeout, single. 3-run homer from the Hall of Famer. Johnny Bench gets us on the board. They pull Garrett Crochet immediately. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Randy Johnson will come in. And he will do... Oh, he allows a home run and a double. What are we doing, Randy? That's not great. Not great. I think we're going to start to pinch hit some people. So Buck O'Neil will get pinch hit for Andres Galarraga. He gets a single. Barry Bonds will get pinch hit. So our day is done hitting. There's only one outfielder. Or there's a couple outfielders, but they're all center fielders. We'll give it to Richie Ashburn in left field. He strikes out. Hamilton will get pinch hit for Curtis Granderson. He flies out. Canseco will get pinch hit for probably one of the catchers or one of the first base. You know what? Edgar Martinez will pinch hit for him. He pops up. Okay. And then we will bring in Tim Lincecum, and we will jump back in to try and get the job done. This is the first time we've jumped in with Tim Lincecum since having him on the team, so that's pretty cool. That was completely a bad pitch. What are you doing, Tim? Do you suck? Because that was garbage. That was a straight garbage. Why do you stare at me like that? 3-2 count to Jackie Robinson. And he pops it up behind home plate. Johnny Bench is right there. That'll be the first out. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Hank Aaron comes up. He's got a 1-2, so you know what? I'm going to toss him a little slide piece, and he's going to go down swanging. Exactly. Just like I drew it up. Just like I drew it up. Tim Lincecum is dealing here in the All-Star game, and it's Petey Boy. Petey Boy coming up. I wonder what he put the over-under on this one. He sends that in past left field, past George Brett at third, into left field. That was a rocket ship. A missile into left field. Hopefully he put it on the over on 0.5 hits. And we will try to strike out Mike Piazza. Oh, never mind a strikeout. Gunnar Henderson fields 36 speed. He's down. And Lincecum, all the Cubbies, except for Barry, all the Cubby pitchers performed pretty well. I can't really complain too much about that. Pretty happy. Gunnar Henderson will get pinch hit for Mookie. He gets a solo shot off a solo homer in the All-Star game cold off the bench is insane, but Mookie does it. I guess that's why he's called Mookie. And Joe Morgan will get pinch hit for probably Otto Lopez. Strikeout. George Brett gets pinch hit for Rafael Devers. Ground out. And the bench man will get pinch hit for Joe Mauer. And a strikeout. Good job, Joe. We will take out Lincecum and we will bring in Craig the Leg Kimbrell. They pinch hit Shohei Ohtani off the bench. That's crazy. Single Freddie Murray. Strikeout. Bo Jackson pinch hit single. We'll take out Craig Kimbrell because he sucks balls. And Mason Miller will come in. Single. Come on, Mason. What are we doing here? It's a pop-up. It's 4-3. This got out of hand quick. Tony Gwynn's going to come out for the Strawberry Man. Strikeout Galarraga. We could put Vaughn in. Let's do Mo Vaughn. He strikes out. All we have is a catcher. Another one. That's down. Let's go to Bruce Sutter. Can we do the dang thing, please? They took out Shohei. That's huge. We will pinch. Oh, actually, we'll let Curtis Granderson go. Ground out. Martinez. Error. Ooh, he reaches base on an error. Mookie. He flies out. Ground out. Are we going to go to extras, possibly? I mean, it all depends on what Emmanuel Clase does here. Single by Murray. Fielder's choice. The fact that Murray's still playing is kind of crazy. 2-run homer in the American League walks it off. Emmanuel Clase loses it in the bottom of the ninth. I can't even believe my eyes right now. Wow. Good thing we don't have Emmanuel Clase on our team because that was embarrassing. All right, whatever. There's no skin off my nose. We will move on to the trade deadline. And speaking of, the first trade of the year involves an all-star starter. Buck O'Neil going from the Nationals to the Giants for 2 no-name scrubs. Wow. Not what I would have predicted at all, but that has happened. And we are sucky suck boys, aren't we? We are just not hitting very well, aren't we? Gregory Soto's got hurt. Today's the day to sign draft picks. Okay. Might as well try. We got 64, 66, and 42. Let's get the boys. Offer a contract. We'll give you 261. He accepts. Kenny Mayer, welcome aboard. And then Willie Villarreal, he accepts. Welcome aboard. But we can't, unfortunately, sign. Oh, we can. We can get these guys, actually. So Capiello will offer. He accepts. Beautiful. Love it when a plan comes together. And then Clemente Alessio, he has declined. The first guy to be stingy. It's all right. He's probably not worth signing anyway. Can we get some big old wins? Some big old biddies. Can we do it? Geraldo de Villar has gotten traded from the Orioles to the Cardinals for 3 prospects. A prospect for some prospects. Very interesting. Today's the day to sign draft picks. We're up to 60% on this guy, so we will offer him that. He has decided to sign. Welcome aboard. 48%, 27%. It's not looking good to get the other dude, but we'll try. We're actually not playing as good as I wish we were. Sign draft picks, 53% on you. We'll offer you that. He has declined it. Joel Mora. He says, no thank you. I want more money. More time to sign draft picks. He's at 58% now. He has decided to sign. Welcome aboard. 33%. We're going to have to get him at the buzzer. Today's the day to sign draft picks. We win a bunch of games. Today's the day to sign draft picks. We lose that game. But Wyatt Langford going from the Nationals to the Padres for 3 prospects, including Colt Emerson. And now it's the trade deadline. We have 73 wins as we get to August, I mean. Garrett Cole is weird. Tim Lincecum was an all-star. Paul Skeens has potential to win the Cy Young. Same thing with Steven Strasburg. So it's really Roy Oswalt and Garrett Cole who are kind of weird in this pitcher rotation. And then the lineups. Biggio was amazing this year. He's playing really well. Anthony Volpe is not a shortstop in this league right now. Barry Bonds has 35 home runs, by the way, and still hitting over 300. And Sammy Sosa, where did this come from? 2 home runs in his last game. 1 home run there. 2 home runs there. 1 home run there. He is on fire right now. Okay. 34 home runs for him. Howard has 26, 28 for Harper. I think if we're going to make a move, it needs to be either for a shortstop or for another bullpen arm. Because Jacob Mizorowski is not ready for this league. And we need to add another bullpen arm. So I think if we're going to make some trades, those are going to be the trades. So we need to find a way to get a shortstop that's good. I know we had Derek Jeter, but remember, we had to get rid of Derek Jeter because of the cap room. We could not afford Jeter. We need to find somebody that's having a good season, possibly like a C.J. Abrams. We could do this trade. That wouldn't be that bad. He's having a good year. A lot better than what Volpe's hitting right now. Okay, so we know that C.J. Abrams is a possibility. We're not going to be able to get Jose Reyes. We're not going to be able to get Jesus Made, unfortunately. He is up in the bigs, though. We're not going to be able to get Henry Aaron. I don't want Ha-Sung Kim. Trey Turner was a all-star this year. He's having a decent season, but he's 34. Do we really want to commit $27 million to Trey Turner? Volpe is a free agent after the season, so it would make sense to get a guy that's under contract. But do we really want to commit that much money to Trey Turner? Who knows if he's going to have a good year after this? He might be an all-star this year. We can't get Nomar Garciaparra. We can't get Jimmy Rollins. We don't really want Jimmy Rollins. There's Jeter. Can't get Jeter yet. We wouldn't be able to get him anyway. Gunnar Henderson, no. Mason Wynn. We could probably make a move for Mason Wynn. Do I want to? He's not hitting that much better than C.J. Abrams. De La Cruz. Can't get them. They don't have any money. There's Geraldo de Villar, who got traded just recently. Michael Young. We could get Michael Young. He's having a pretty good season, but at 31 and 28 million, is it really worth going after him? These are the kinds of things we have to think about. So Hanley Ramirez, not hitting that well at all. Bobby Witt is expensive. Ozzie Smith. We could get Ozzie. How's Ozzie doing? Ozzie's not hitting well. Well, I mean, he's hitting 267. He's not a power guy. We knew that. We know Ozzy's not a power guy, but I'd really like my shortstop to be able to hit some home runs. So we're gonna look for somebody who has a little bit of pop in the bat, and it might be C.J. Abrams. I think this might be the best option. He's 1 overall higher. He's a year older, but he's a little bit cheaper, and he's having a better season. So I think I'm going to go for C.J. Abrams. Maybe in the offseason we go for somebody else, but at least for right now, it's going to be Mr. Abrams. Mr. Abrams, you are going to be my guy to trade. I'm going to trade you. You like my accent? Who are we going to send away, though? Probably one of these catchers. Yeah, this bummy catcher we're going to send away. All right. We get a new shortstop who's actually having a decent season. That's one of the trades we're going to make. We need to make another trade in the bullpen. We need to add somebody. We can't go into this playoff run with 3 guys that I like. Porter Hodge, is he having a good year? He is not having a good year at all. Oh, my God. Remember, we had Jordan Zimmerman, and we had one other guy. I can't remember who it was. But we lost them because they got put on waivers or something, and they got picked up, I think. I forget what happened. But we had... Oh, was it Ubaldo? I think it actually was Ubaldo. Maybe it was. I don't remember. Oh, no, it was Clayton Kershaw. That's who it was. It was Clayton Kershaw. We had Jordan Zimmerman and Clayton Kershaw, but they got picked up because we had no room on our big league roster. So that kind of sucks because they're having good seasons. But what about Matt Brash? Is Matt Brash a possibility? He's having an okay year. He's pitched in 61 innings. He's got a 3.10 ERA. His whip's a little high. Matt Brash is an option. We'll keep an eye on him. Lucas is not pitching that well. Chris Sale. Chris Sale's actually not too bad right now. And he's another one of those guys like Garrett Cole where we could take him from reliever to pitcher. That's how we got Garrett Cole, because he was a reliever, and then we turned him to a starter. He became a 99. So I think we can make this work. Possibly if we trade Jacob Mizorowski. Yeah, that'll go straight through if we trade Mizorowski. We have Chase Petty. We have Chase Burns. We have both the Chases. And we have Ben Clark. So we have 3 starting pitchers who are ready to go in the future. I guess Mizorowski doesn't necessarily need to be here, but Chris Sale has really no value. I mean, look at this. A 25-year-old gets us that close already. Maybe we don't have to trade that guy. We could keep him around. Maybe give them somebody else, like a Delay maybe, or Bryce Eldridge. They could go straight up for Bryce Eldridge. What about Gus Zarco? No. What about Elroy Sheehan? I like Elroy Sheehan, though. I don't want to give him up. Kevin McGonigal? Or McGonigal? I don't know how to say that name. I might trade him just as that. Who do we get away in this trade? Reggie Davis, possibly? Kavaris Tears? That's a crazy name. I don't really know who we send away in the deal. It might be Nick Bitsko. Gary Gilhill. And then we're going to toss in a possible Ian Gabot. And we're going to toss in somebody else. I don't really want to give up Jimmy Fodor because he's actually... Oh, he's regressing, though, but he's hot. I don't know what I want to do with him. We'll keep him around just to see what happens. Orville Perez? Yeah, we'll trade Orville Perez. Who cares? Who cares? We can find another 64 overall 19-year-old shortstop. Give me Chris Sale. All right. That's a big-time reliever in the bullpen and a possible replacement starter if we trade somebody else. I don't think I'm going to, though. Maybe I should, though. Maybe I should trade a starter. Maybe I should trade him. But who do I trade him for? That's the big question. It's got to be somebody that's on the same level. And there's not many teams in this league right now that can afford him, is the problem. Brandon Webb's not having a good year. Grace Rodriguez is not having a good year. Roki Sasaki, no. There's not many pitchers that are having good years. And the guys that are, we're probably not going to be able to afford/trade for. Glasnow was a starter, or not a starter, but he was an all-star. Can't get him, though. We can only trade with certain teams because of the cap room. Rhett Lauder's not having that good of a year. Johan Santana. We might just keep it the way that it is. Because other people that we're able to get, I either don't want or they're not having good enough years to make me convinced that we can trade for them, or we should trade for them. Although Cliff Lee was an all-star. He's the same overall. He's slightly cheaper. He's like $300,000 cheaper. He's a little older, but does that really matter? And I can do this straight up. I could probably even get something else. Maybe you could throw in another bullpen arm, like a Michael Kopech. I could get a Michael Kopech, possibly in this deal. I think I'm going to do this. We get Cliff Lee, who was an all-star this year, and we get rid of Roy Oswalt, who's just not pitching very well at all. I think I'm going to do that. And we get Michael Kopech, who's just a throw-in relief pitcher that maybe can do something. I think that's a pretty decent... all-star, a pretty decent trade deadline. We're going to take down Jacob Mizorowski. He's going to go down to AAA because he's just simply not ready for the big leagues just yet. So, that's why we couldn't keep... That's why he's up here, because he has no options. Well, I guess he's going to have to stay up here then, because I don't really want to let him go down to waivers and get claimed by somebody, because that would really make me sad. So, he's going to stay up. Little unfortunate. Michael Kopech, we probably should have him up here. How is Henches doing? He's actually not pitching that badly. All right, Kopech will stay down there, but we have him just in case. Do I want anybody else up? We have... Why is Cam Smith up here? What the heck? How did you get up here? Actually, he might have always been up here. I don't remember. Maybe he was always up here. I think I might have mistaken him for Cam Collier. So we'll bring him back up. Although maybe we should keep him down and bring up an outfielder. Because all we have is Doyle and Dominguez. Maybe we need Big Christmas. How was Cam Smith doing in Major League Baseball? He didn't really get much rep. But we have Royce Lewis. We need another outfielder. Let's bring up Big Christmas. All right, he'll get another chance up here. That will be our trade deadline. We got our rotation now. I like that. The bullpen's pretty full. And the lineup is looking pretty good as well. CJ Abrams will go into shortstop. And we will be ready to go. So let's simulate past the trade deadline. We lose that game because, of course, we do. There's the Roy Oswalt trade. There's the Chris Sale trade. There's the CJ Abrams trade. A day to sign draft picks. That's contract extensions. 51%. We might as well offer the farm. And he signs. Okay, so we get every single draft pick that we took. That doesn't usually happen for me. All right, let's simulate a couple of days into the month and see what happens. So we win some games. A-Rod's back, but he's still injured. We're going to keep him on the 60-day for now, just to be on the safe side. Sammy Sosa is murdering pitches. And A-Rod's back. A-Rod is back. That's huge. 40 home runs for Barry Bonds. He's going nuclear. A-Rod missed a ton of time, but he's back now. Team's looking good. We'll finish this week, and then we'll get into the end of the episode here. So, never mind. We have 40 on the 40, or 41 on the 40 man. Who is coming off the 40 man? It's probably going to be Cool Papa Bell. I don't know why you're even on the team in the first place, big dog. I don't remember even having you on the team, so I apologize, but you're gone. And they have 26 on the 27. K-Rod against Aaron Judge. We win that one. And that is where we'll end the episode. We're 82-43. I think it's safe to say we're going to win the division unless we have an absolute just meltdown at the end of in the next episode. But I like the moves that we made. We got another bullpen arm in Chris Sale, who's pitching really, really well. We brought in Cliff Lee, who, did he win in his first game? He might have. No, he actually got crushed. Uh-oh. That's okay. But Strasburg's unbelievable. Paul Skeens is even more unbelievable. Lincecum's having a great year. Garrett Cole's figuring it out. We've got Barry Bonds tearing up baseballs. He's got 42 home runs. 36 for Sammy Sosa. And Barry Bonds doing all this while hitting over 300, by the way. So, Our lineup is absolutely insane. Harper's got 30. That's a quiet 30. Ryan Howard's got a quiet 30. I mean, this team is unbelievable. We got to get back to the World Series. And I think we have the team to do it. But that's going to do it for the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more. Join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.